What's up, my friends? We're gathered here together today for a good old bloody game of Space Weirdos. We're going to be playing the objectively normal scenario, so we got 3 objectives, 1 in the middle, 2 within a stick of the center line, and we're going to battle it out over them. Game lasts minimum 4 turns, potentially 5. The initiative roll is 2d6, which I won, so I will activate the first model. Going to start with Basher. I have 2 movements. We move a stick at a time in a straight line, so I'm going to move to there, and I'm going to jump down to the barge beneath. Joe's going to open up with this lead trooper. That trooper is then going to take a shot at Felix down here at the bottom of the screen. That shot is going to be his firepower versus my defense. I get +1 to my dice type because I have cover. Okay. 211, so that is a miss. I'm going to go with Elvira next, who's going to move her stick up to that barricade. She's then going to take an action to aim her sniper rifle. Okay. And then she's going to take a shot at that trooper who's out front that just shot at me. So that's going to be my D12s with the aim to his D8s with the cover. I got a 22.
I got an 8.
So my roll doubled his roll. So he has to roll on the under fire table, and he's going to have +1 to that roll. 12. 13 out of action.
All right.
Just straight out of action. Our commando on the left is going to be moving up to the barricade. He's tucked down behind there. He will then shoot from those ramparts at my good friend Felix.
I'll take that.
Luckily, Felix fell down next to Dagda, who has a med kit, so we're going to use that to make him ready. I'm then going to attempt to cast Prescience on Felix. So we have an unopposed roll here, which means I'm going to roll my willpower. Joe's going to roll 2d6. So Joe, go ahead. Getting a 7, getting a 10. So the Prescience will go off, and Felix will have +1 dice type for all of his actions. Gonna move the back one. He's gonna come up once and then go down. Beautiful. So right behind this piece of cover on the pipeline. Felix is gonna just move up to share the barricade. And we're gonna send autocannon shots at this dude. For my first shot, going into that dude with my autocannon on 12s. Normally a 10 firepower, but the Prescience puts me up to 12s. That's a 13, 14 with my reticle. That'll hit.
690.
So that's 1 2d6 roll on the underfire for an 8, which is staggered.
Okay.
We are going to shoot at the same target a second time. 20.
There's no way.
10, so doubles you, so underfire table +1.
Snake eyes.
5 goes to 6. You slide back a stick, and you're down and staggered. He's going to recover and stand up, then jump down into the building. Ichiro is going to run up to this objective. So it'll be a move, and then a climb, and then a move. Trooper on the back going to move up and take a shot at Felix. So with the cover and the Prescience, I'm up to a D12 on this defense roll. 5. 19. Boss Man's going to use 2 moves to jump pack up to the platform. And then we're going to take a shot at that pink trooper who just shot at Felix. I'm rolling D10s here to your D8s. Okay. 11 is better than 9. This trooper taking a shot at Felix. Alright, first shot. 9. Not better than a 12.
Second shot.
10.
11.
You have a reticle.
Yeah.
Still not better than a 16.
No.
Next activation is Joe because I am out of dude. So we got 1 behind the gun right here. Ending here where I'm going to take an Overwatch shot with my main man Felix. He's got a bunch of bonuses here because of moving twice and cover. And I got a 3. So probably not going to hit him. It's possible, but it's not likely. Nope. But I almost did. So our man, we got one last trooper behind the building over here who's going to jump back up to here and then take a shot at Basher. Basher is on the barge. First shot, a 6, beaten by 14, and a 12, beaten by 16. That brings us to the end of turn 1. So we're going to hit an initiative roll. I got a 7. It's a 6, so I'll have the first one, and we get all our command points back. I am going to move up a little bit with Dagda. All right, Joe taking an Overwatch shot. 13 to a 13. We're good. I will then attempt to put prescience on Felix. So this is an unopposed roll. I got a 10. Joe, roll me 2d6 to see if that goes off. It does. This friend behind the pipe is going to come over. I'm going to overwatch as it comes over the pipe. With Felix, of course. 12, 8, and then she will be done. Say her piece, stay put. I'm going to go with Felix, and I'm going to lay down some freaking artillery. So we're going to start by shooting at this guy up on the ramparts over here. First shot. 10. Not a great shot. And you got covered, so make sure you upgrade. Okay. Second shot. Even worse. Miss. And final shot. So that is a 5 to my 16 plus 1 for my reticle 17, which will triple him, which will be a roll on the under fire plus 2. So we got a 6 plus 2 should be an 8. Our man with the flamer in the building is going to start moving upfield. So I'm going to have Elvira shoot at... I'm going to have her shoot at the guy up on the parapet who's staggered, because I think I have a chance of just getting rid of him. I'm going to aim once to bump me up to a D12. Flip. So my shot at D12s, that's a 13 to a 7. I'm plus 1 for my reticle, which is a 14, so it will double you. So we got a 9, and then plus 2, plus 1 under fire for me doubling him, and plus 1 for the sniper rifle should take him out of action. 10 or higher is out of action. Yep.
There we go. After
our friend over here is going to double move up to the objective. 2 right there. I'm going to go with Basher, who's going to move once and then take a shot at the girl with the katana. So I'm going to aim, and I'm also going to use a command point to power up to put me on 12s.
Can I power up my defense?
He does perform a dodge to move a stick over. We're a little bit late on the timing there, but it's okay. Which will put him into a position where he does have cover, which is better than being out. It's got to beat a 6. On what, D8s probably? 10s. Oh yeah, 10. Super beat a 6. Yeah. Commando in pink, going to take some shots at Basher. At which point I'm going to use a dodge on Basher to back down out of line of sight. That shot is then wasted, so he will take his last 2 shots at Felix. 5 loses to an 18. 6 loses to a 15. Slickix, my leader riding the caterpillar, is going to take a shot at this katana lady. So we're going to aim the first shot, which will give me a D12. Can I reroll that one? No, I cannot. But 13 will still beat a 9. Do I have a reticle? I do not. 13 will still beat a 9, so that's 1 roll on the fire table, plus 1 for my weapon. That's an 11 out of action. With that model removed, my second shot will go at this trooper in pink. This is no aim, so this is just my D10s. Got a 12.
To an 8.
To an 8. That'll be another roll at +1 on the table. 8 goes to 9. I think is staggered. Correction. A 9 is down and staggered. Man in the very back here is going to use a command point to hustle to get him up to speed 3. Ending down behind the bush. Ichiro is just going to stay put on the objective for me. Then the kneeling commando is going to take a shot at Felix. 6, 7, 7. 9, 10 with a reticle. 9, 10, 11. Turn 3, initiative. I got an 11 to an 8, so I will have the initiative. Going pretty well so far, so we're going to have Dag to try to put prescience on Felix. It goes off. She's then just going to stay put. She doesn't need to move. I will send autocannon fire downrange with Felix. First shot at that trooper who just stood up. 8. Not great, but good enough to double. So, +1 on the underfire. 6 goes to 7 down. We'll take another shot at him. That's a 12. So he gets a 10. So that'll be a roll on the thing. No +1. 8. And I'm going to send my last shot at the commando standing beside it. I can re-roll that 1. I'm going to remember to do that. I can re-roll a 2. 7.
You re-roll twice.
7. Okay, so that 7 doesn't count because I can't re-roll a re-roll. But the 5 plus the 7 to 7 and I have a reticle will still hit. 6, diving off the platform and going down behind the pipe. Alright, leader is going to move up. Basher is going to jump to the platform. Joe is at that point going to fire Overwatch, and I'm going to dodge into cover. Okay. Got an 11 to a 7. That is a miss. And then my auto rifle shots, I was minus for the dodge because I moved twice. So I aimed to bring me back up to even dice, which are D8s. D8s, not D10s. I have the wrong dice in my hand. D8s. I got a 12. To a 13. That will miss. Trooper gonna use action to stand. He will then spend a command point to power up, taking 2 shots at Basher. Okay, shot. Good shot.
13.
To a 13, 14 because I have heavy armor.
Okay.
And then second shot. A 6. To an 11, 12. Slickix, here on the platform, is going to take a shot at that commando behind the pipe.
Spend a point of dodge.
Okay, so he's going to dodge. So he dodges that one out of line of sight, but I can see the girl next to him, so we'll take a shot at her. I can see her head.
Oh my god.
Clear shot.
Sounds like Star Wars stuff.
14, reticle, nope,
9.
hits. So +1 on the chart for the gun. 5 goes to 6 to the location of the dive. Joe's activation will activate Copperhead to stand. So to here, coming to a final position here, where it will the Copperhead will then flame Basher.
Gun is gonna fire your ass.
That's a 1, so 8
8.
to 14, 15 with the armor. Elvira is going to take a shot at his leader, who is just over here on these stairs, taking a single aim action. That's cocked, yeah.
I got a 6.
I got a 20, so that's going to triple you. So that's going to be +3 on the chart, because my weapon gives +1 as well, I think.
All right. I got a 5.
So 5, that goes to an 8. Attack drone behind the rocks, Gonna take some shots at Basher. Got an 11.
Actually, 12.
To a 5, that's gonna 5, 6. So that's gonna double. So +1. We get a 7, which I think is down. All right, second shot. A 9.
10.
10
15.
to a 15, 16. Next up for me will be Ichiro. It does in fact take me 2 movements to get there, but that's okay. That movement will bump me up to 12s. 8 to 11 will hit, and it's +1 on the table. Wait, you're normally a D10 on your defense?
Alright.
Got an 8
Just the same.
to an 11. So that's going to hit. It's +1 on the under attack table. That's out of here. That's an 11. Heading into turn 4, it is not looking great for Joe. He's going to be at -1 dice type because of not having his leader on the initiative roll. All right. 8. Max roll. 7. Look at that. I just called that. Copperhead's going to jump up for the melee. Down to D6s.
9.
6. So that'll hit. We're out of here. Gonna have Skillix take some shots at Copperhead. That's an 11 to a 12, 13.
30.
That'll hit. +1 on the chart. It's a 10. She's out of here. And then I'm just going to slide over to the objective. Gonna recover, stand, and pop a shot at Felix. Upon declaration of that shot, I'm going to dodge. Gonna have Dagda move up. Potential Overwatch going on. Got 16. That's a good roll. Beats a 6. That will double me. D6s. That's a 7, so I'll go down. It's a 6, not a 7, sorry. And a 6 is dive for cover. So here's the end of my dive for cover. I have 2 actions left, so we're going to stand and we're going to stay put. Drone behind the bush, taking some shots at Felix. 13, good roll.
14.
14,
Yeah, target.
so 10, so that'll hit. That's a 7, so I will go down. Okay.
And that's
12,
12,
13. 6, that doubles. That's out. Ichiro is coming for the commando. Alright, on D12s for the charge. That's an 11. I can re-roll that 1.
I got a 12. Or 10.
10. I got a 15.
Oh, good.
So that's on the chart +1 because of my weapon. That's a 6. So you dive for cover. Commando's going to stand and shoot. Is 7 to my 3. So that will double me.
+2.
+1.
+1.
5 goes to 6. I will dive. Second shot is an 11.
12.
With 12 with the reticle. To an 18. So no hit.
Okay.
Elvira will spend my last command point to hustle and dash out to that middle objective, which will bring us to 3-1. I'm glad we didn't quit. We thought about not playing this last turn. We're not going to play the extra turn, potential extra turn, variable length. But Joe's ready to quit, and it came back in kind of a big way. Some things happened right here. That's going to be a good handshake for my buddy Joe. Thanks so much for coming over playing some Space Weirdos, man. Thanks so much to all of you for coming by, hanging out while we played some Space Weirdos. I hope you have an absolutely amazing rest of your day.